Yeah, so obviously we had this came over from Manscaped.
Big up Manscaped, man.
Yeah, large up Manscaped still.
Sent this. Can they still hear me?
Yeah, big them up, man. It
Yeah,
comes all
sent this
all
over.
nice and packaged and that.
So what's the test out? And
I'm
I must say, I wouldn't promote it if I didn't test it out first.
Izzy's not even lying.
Yeah, like straight away. Like as soon as it come, I charged it and I tested it, and
Mine come charge, you know.
yeah, did it come charged? Yeah, mine was charged, but I just wanted to make sure. You know what I mean? So it's a big area down there. So, but
Make sure when you go on the manscaped.com website, you put in the code Road2wembley, ROAD2 WEMBLEY. Road to Wembley. Do you know, I even had the funny thing. Imagine when we're going back and forth with my man, big him up anyway, I ain't going to say his name on the emails. Yeah, at one point he asked me, what size am I? I'm thinking, what do you mean, what size
the
am I?
boxes.
But I didn't even know that they come in boxes. This is what I'm trying to say. We don't even know what size. I'm thinking, what size? What size
This is
am I?
why, bro. You're different, you know.
You know what? No, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, but every man must get this.
100%.
If you're using your missus's razor to shave them balls and that, whatever, yeah.
Or the
stop
man that are
using-
using the V
stop-
and all them
yeah,
things.
I think that's 4.0 as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the 4.0
need to
is the
use
one.
this because every clippers I've used before, you always get a little nick, like the pain and whatever and that. But this does not hurt. This does not nick or anything. This is the perfect clipper for down there. Trust me. Trust me. Listen, I ain't gonna lie.
I tested it.
Listen,
I ain't gonna lie, I tested it.
bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's not like, you know what I mean, they're giving us anything for this. I'm just being honest. Like they said, test it out for us, and I tested it. And
You say it's
he's
the
true
truth.
to his word.
I didn't even, the thing is, I got my mum
true to
come
his word.
today, so I didn't even get a chance to
100%. It's
the,
worth
it's the truth.
It's,
Nah,
yeah,
it's the
it's
truth, man. I can't even
Use it in the shower. Use it in the shower. And that.
I didn't use it in the shower.
I was a
so
little
don't-
bit shook. I ain't read
You
the
know what I
things,
mean?
but-
I don't know if you can use it like while you're in the shower, the water and that.
I think you can, you know.
Can you?
Because it's got the rinse thing on it. So
Oh, is it?
if you can wash it, then
But
you can
whatever,
use it.
like before the shower, it was definitely, there was no pain, no nick, nothing. It was just clean and
big.
easy.
Yeah, big up Manscaped, man. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
go and get the
So
4.0.
go and get use the code Road to Wembley at manscaped.com and you get a discount using our code.
And
you know what-
You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about what happened when you got out, and
That's what
and
I want to
getting-
like. When
getting
we got to that
into
stage now.
Okay,
the
yeah.
positivity,
Talk about
because you know, a lot of
what you've done now,
man,
you know what I mean?
a lot of man, they go back into the system.
Okay,
innit?
now let me tell you something for free. Okay, cool. So I've got out. I remember this like yesterday, and I'll just keep it real. I came out the hostel. They put me in a hostel and all these other things when I initially got home a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and
Whereabouts have you done, man?
what, the hostel? At the time I was in Richmond. Really
So they
nice.
kept you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Posh thing, posh.
Yeah, posh
But it's hard to get back and forth.
Yeah, mainly Chelsea.
It's hard to get back and forth.
Big
garden said,
I
big
walked
garden
down
to
the
get back
Thames,
because it was,
Yeah.
Man
so,
said I'm walking on the Thames.
Yeah, I walked on the Thames, you know, a pint of cider. It was nice, you know what I'm saying? So all of that I've been through.
Big
yeah.
watching that, big watching that.
Yeah. It's achievements. It's just, we're just steady going. So watch this now, yeah? So I was in Richmond at the time, and I remember when they're saying, all right, S, you got to leave the hostel. Like, it's your time to go, blah, blah. Brother, I kid you not. I remember I was at my auntie's house in Croydon. I'm looking through my phone book. I got over 100 people on my phone book, man and gal. You know, there's not one person I could say, can I come stay at yours? Wow. There was not one person. And it would end up being my ex that I've known for like the best part of 20 years. Who said, where are you? I said, all right, I'm going to get you a cab now. You're coming to mine. Ended up going to hers. A week stay ended up being several months. And in that several months, like, I ended up, you know, working, doing my thing, end up investing in her little thing. She's now built, like, she's got a big business now. She's doing her thing. But what happened was in the middle of that, ended up getting recalled. So now I'm on GPS tag from when I initially came in from Richmond.
At hers.
At hers. They're now saying I'm on GPS tag. Now the tag's not working. Now the tag people are saying I was in my exclusion zone, in my area where I was born and raised, that I'm not allowed because of my license condition. I'm not allowed to go back in there. They're saying I was there for 8 hours.
Because it's not working when you got back.
No, because the tag not working full stop. It's not been working. Like my
Did you ever-
probation.
but
knows
did you
about
go
it.
there? Did you
I
go
didn't go
there?
there. I didn't go there. I didn't smash that girl. I didn't smash her, man. I wasn't there, man.
They said 8 hours.
The glove don't fit. You know what I'm saying?
Right there, you know that?
Hey, if the glove fits like OJ, like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't fit. But honestly, I wasn't even there. So imagine, God has it, me and my girl was chatting. I'm laying on my bed. It's like 6 in the morning. Me and my girl was chatting. I'm in the jail cell. I've been recalled these times, yeah? And I remember the phone calls that I made, phoning probation, saying, listen, I wasn't there, it's wrong, Yo, the head of probation, the bear didn't even want to talk to me.
Deaf ears. Yeah, falling on deaf
Deaf
ears.
ears. Deaf ears. They're saying, S, go back to jail, we'll sort it out when you go to jail. This is what I'm hearing. Then I'm speaking to my solicitor. She's saying, listen, I'll clear the case for you, you just got to put down a change. I phoned my boys, they've all put the change down together. And it wasn't no silly money, it was a lot of money. They've come, put it down, and the girl still ended up getting me recalled. So what did I pay you for? Then off the back of that, she still wants me to pay legal aid money. So you want me to sign a legal aid paper? So, brother, everyone, this system thing.
Yeah. It's all everyone just wants to get their little thing.
Especially you're an easy target because you've been in it for a while.
There you go. So,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, the reason why he's easy to target is because he needs people. That's the reason why he's an easy target, because he has to rely on people.
You're in a situation of need now.
That's what it is.
That's true.
It's annoying though, the way they think to you, like, just go jail and we'll sort it out once you're in there.
That's
See,
crazy
if those
to
people,
say that,
if
though.
those people ever went jail for a week,
That's
they'll
what I was
never
gonna
say
say,
that
that's
to
crazy.
anyone.
Forget a
to
week.
say that.
Give
They'll
them an
never say,
hour.
just a week, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, give them an
So
hour.
if they ever go down, because I don't know, we know how it is in there. Once you go in there, you won't wish your worst
It's easy
enemy
to go in,
there.
it's hard to get out.
Get out.
That's the realest bar I've ever heard. And I can't remember what rapper spat that. But that for me has stuck with me all my life. It's easy to go in, but it's hard to get out. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So, I was in one of them situations. Now, funnily enough, when I was sitting in there and I put my feet up and I'm saying, bro, but babes, I wasn't even there. What, is your ring camera working? Now, because I was a scumbag doing the scumbag thing with next girl, I all covered the ring thing. So
Now it's coming back to bite you.
yeah, so now it's come back to bite me.
It happens all the time. The little thing you think, why did I can't believe
That consequence.
Who told me to touch the ring thing? You know what I'm saying? Them times there, I'm boasting.
Jarring,
I'm not telling the man them,
angry with yourself.
Yeah, angry with myself. I was telling the man them, the thing come true, rare. What, my girl didn't see that. I had the thing come true. I'm all in my element.
That don't work.
Yo.
So you go away with the minor.
Yo, the way I was looking back at that ring video, making her phone the ring company over in the States.
Hoping your hands were too wide, you must have catch a little piece of it.
It must have caught me. I was there. Brother, the ring thing don't even work. They got 2 weeks of footage. I'm thinking, raw. I know what happened. And me and I end up getting in an argument over the situation. I end up smashing the ring thing on the floor. Like, done the ring thing. So me and Ring done already, like, yo. we
can't be Ring up in there.
Yeah, we part way. So,
no sponsor.
exactly. So, I've gone jail, but you see the girl, I'll give it to her, blood. She said, babe, you know what? I said, what did we do that night? She goes, we did end up going to a petrol station, you know. I said, babe, you have to go back to that petrol station. So watch this now. She's gone back to the petrol station, told them the situation. The man said, I don't even want no money. Here's the CCTV, gave her a hug. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what happened with Maya, man.
Lucky it's a good people.
And I end up, off the back of that, I still had to go through it with the parole board and tell them, listen, them people that made a mistake. So the parole board said, raw, since what S is saying, there has to be a level of truth there. He can't be at two places at once. You know what I'm trying to say? Know where you're saying he is to where he is.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. You can't even be there for 8 hours and then say boom, boom, boom. There's no way he could have been where you said he was at the time you're saying he was. So that ended up going through a court case. I'm in the middle of it now, so I won't talk on it anymore. But so I ended up getting out. I sat down for 8 months on wrongful recall. 8 months, bro. They made me come out, do a hostel again.
This is all IPP.
Your story
this is all because of IPP.
It's all IPP, bro.
Yeah,
This is
jarring,
just
bro.
overriding.
It's
I've already
annoying.
served my sentence, time spent. I've done everything, bro. There's no reason, even all the times I got denied parole, there was never anything I actually solidly done. They can't say, because you got caught with a phone, or you're selling drugs, or you got into a fight with someone. It was never that. That's one thing I would never rob of my
before I
family.
just stop you, how do we break that cycle? Because that is the hardest thing for a young man to do.
What's
Is
that?
to break the cycle of not in and out, but to
You change the narrative. Everything with me is change the narrative. I don't do nothing unless it's conducive to changing the narrative. I wouldn't be here unless I'm trying to change the narrative. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't like, I'm putting up best looking PT, or I'm putting up myself, I'm putting myself on the line, my life, my story, because I'm out here trying to change the narrative. If I don't change the narrative in my behavior or my attitude or in the people that I meet, bro, then where am I going? I'm just adding to the labels. I'm just adding to the stereotypical. I'm adding to the numbers. You gotta remember at the same time, they don't expect people like me and Izzy or us lot to be sitting here doing something so productive. They don't want to see that, bro. They ain't wanted to be seen that for the longest. Hence why they killed Malcolm. Hence why they killed King Martin Luther.
They're scared.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, bro.
They are. Big fucks.
So those men there are the big boys in this thing. They paved the way so we can sit here and talk as men, talk as kings. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And talk our truth.
Talk our stories. They don't want that. They want to rob you of that. And then what it is that now they're giving you the tools to rob yourself of that. When they're giving them kids doing all the time in the world to do all the type of craziness, you be seeing Jakes, yeah, all 6 cars, rolling up. You're thinking they're going to stop a mad thing. You get to the scene yourself, and you're seeing there's some drunk man and his girl in the pub doing some. What are you talking about?
Let me tell
but
you.
you can't find a man that's killed another kid. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Our case, which was a bit mad, obviously, as we know, but they burst in my yard. Yeah, took ages to get into my yard, obviously, whatever. But anyway, cool. The first you that come into my yard, everyone knows this you, big hench black brother. You get me? So when me and my brother, obviously after a while, it's all been settled and not settled, we all sat down in the front room and there we're conversing. Me and my brother looking at each other kind of thing, because we know it's a lot going on, but we're looking at my man like, right, you happy with the situation here kind of thing? You know what I'm trying to say? Like you know, it's just a job. You don't have to worry about what I'm doing, innit? Like man's here to do what I'm doing. I'm looking at him thinking, like, not to say that you're always on the right path, innit? Not to say that.
But let me ask you something. Does that come back to? We've all seen the film Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Luther King. I mean, not Martin Luther. Martin Lawrence. Sorry, yeah. Thank you. Now,
when they get wrongfully convicted, that is us.
And all that type of thing. But what does Eddie say to Martin when Martin's sitting in the white man's house? Let's just keep it real. When he goes, brother, you're moving like a house nigga. Like, are you good, bro? Like, you're forgetting, like, we be out here in the trenches. Like, don't think because you're up in the house, rare. And I feel like when we see, I'm gonna talk for myself. I'm expressing from what I can understand from your situation, the little you've explained. I'll let you continue in a sec. Is that, what's it called? Like, yo, big man, like, well, go on for you. You're seeing the situation here, and you can't even relate. You're moving like you don't know, man. You know, like in it's even in the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. So the big gorilla one.
The big gorilla, yeah.
But at the end, Caesar like gives him one look, and he goes and picks up the rocket launcher and does the damn thing before he gets killed. Yeah. Like, raw brother, you're a yes man, bro. Like, what going for you? You don't see. Like,
what we're going through,
what we're
dealing with, we're caged animals, bro.
There you go, and they're using us to go against each other. Facts. But he's on this uniform thing, he's on this power thing, he's on this place of, brother, I don't owe you an explanation. Does that make sense? So it just adds to where there's not the breakdown of communication.
But again, that goes back to what you said before, is seeing another black brother on the street, and he's screwing you. He feels like he might be the other black brother, but now he's protected in a certain way. Because he's got the uniform on.
Yes. Do
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like, you can't tell me nothing.
For sure. And
so
definitely,
when I'm going in there confident and comfortable because I've got this.
But do you know what our little thing was? Because even when we see him at court, because he had to come up to court, it was like a little. Do you know, like you've got that thing where he feels a little embarrassed about the settling, but regardless, but it was more how somebody was moving. You know what I'm saying? Of course we're gonna.
Of course he's doing his job. Of course you're gonna feel the way.
But he was moving, and everyone's gonna know when I'm talking about this. A lot of people are gonna know what I'm talking about. And they're gonna know the guy because it's a known thing where we're from, innit? But he was moving worse than everybody else
because he's trying to prove a point to them.
Yeah,
I'm on your team, not theirs. That's what he's doing.
If it weren't for you, it wouldn't have been so easy.
Yeah,
but that's in any area.
He's trying to prove that he's about them, not you.
That's like that is like that guy from
Django. Make his life easier.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson
from Django. It's worse than.
Do you know what I mean? They're always going to be the worst.
Yeah, and I think one thing I've got to pull out as well though is, we're not saying that any black person in authority is
not at all.
We're just saying that we just I just want
to let me flip what I'm saying actually. Before not to cut you off. Let me flip what I'm saying. There was another scenario, the same scenario but a different situation where my brother was in a situation and a black fed has come up to his cell. and he's gone to me. He's gone to my brother. Where do you want us to go on raid kind of thing, lick off kind of thing? And my brother's giving him a spill, and so it works both ways. Not to say there's two sides to this. I'm not trying to bash every black police officer or every police officer. You know what I'm trying to say? So, but maybe like I said, we was talking to Jesse whether or not there needs to be more black police officers or more black people in the legal system.
I just feel like there's not even a black person in the parole board, bro. The parole board's got 250
and I
members.
feel like
members
that's where it has to
Maybe
go
I think they have one,
It don't have to be.
If they got one, then it's
1%.
just recently.
It's got to stop being the street level. It's got to be the higher.
Yeah.
You got to work to get there. You can't.
I know you do, but I'm saying like.
But you know
get
why?
where, sorry.
You know why it's difficult.
Like parole board, those kind of things. Like the street level, the influence is fine, but it's difficult to make a change there.
Let me tell you
when
something.
you got someone that can relate at a higher level.
It's all about being related, right? Because
it equals out the things, and I'm not saying fast track people if they're not ready, but I'm saying look, there are people that have the know-how. There are people that have the
being
education
relatable
to understand these things. And if you can't, if I'm a black man and I'm trying to, I don't know about the world of Chinese people, I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
I ain't got a clue what's going on there. Do you know what I mean? So how can I relate to my man?
You're
I'm just
willing to
hearing,
learn. Long
I'm
as
just
you're
hearing
willing to
this,
learn,
this, and I'm not taking any kind of situation into it.
No, but
Do you know what I mean?
that's a good point. That's what I mean. Like being relatable is important because it starts from being the judge and giving those like huge sentences to people, because they've never been, they've never walked in our footsteps, so they don't understand where we come from. So when you're telling your story, they're sitting there thinking, I don't know what they're thinking, but they're not thinking like, right, you've grown up in a council estate, had the hardest life.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
don't
It's
care.
not gonna be
It's
the
not
same.
gonna be
17 years.
17
There's
years,
no
but
sympathy
18
there.
And it's the
years,
same. It's the
no
same
sympathy
way.
there.
But it's the same way with the parole board.
Sympathy there. Bearing in mind, I didn't kill no one. No one was shot and harmed in the
saying.
thing.
It's not like a murder
Nothing,
case. It's not
nothing
like
at all.
that. 18
I'm
years
doing a
to
life
17
sentence
years,
for
crazy.
not, and I didn't kill no
But
one.
what Dee was saying, like, do we have more black people in these kind of positions?
We got to have more
black
people
judges?
for us to look up to.
But let me tell you something. I would never contrast it down to colour.
No, it's not. It's understanding.
It's understanding.
Like you said before, I felt
Yeah,
people
culture, human being. You just gotta be a human
You
being.
just gotta be a human.
You just gotta be a human being, and I think the same way. I think when we do talk about black people in power, in positions of power, is because we could sit there and watch the police force make a campaign. We could sit there and make Google make a campaign. We could sit there and watch Facebook make a campaign. We could sit there and make doctors make a campaign, NHS saying they need more black staff to equal out the equal rights of whatever the hell, what do they call it, survey or whatever they're trying to, the boxes they're trying to tick, I call it, ticking boxes, yeah? So when it comes down to that, we got to recognize, bro, me personally, the most jobs where people do turn out to be black people. Like, it turns out to be your own people because they're in a position of power and they don't know what to do with it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I find out that the black people who get into position of power, the key holders, I call them, they make it difficult for other black people.
But they're also trying to stay there.
Yeah,
exactly. They're trying to pay their mortgage.
Yeah, but
they're trying to pay their mortgage.
You just said exactly what I was going to say. Because I walked to Tesco the other, like I said, I was wearing my mask, innit? Which I might try to stop doing, actually, now we've had this conversation. But
Yeah, good, you should.
I was wearing my mask and we're into it, basically, you should. Yeah. And then we was in Tesco. And then, what'd you say? And then, anyway, security guards following me, innit? And me being me, I'm like, yeah, keep following me, innit? You know what I mean? Like,
we're just being aggy,
attitude, innit?
black security guard.
Black security guard, African guy. You know what I'm trying to say? We're all African, no? Why are you following me?
Yeah.
When a lot of people wear masks, but then...
But he's trying to get
Sometimes
paid.
what he's told to do.
He's why he's putting him under pressure. He's not
sometimes
doing
you don't know what another
That's the thing,
person
like,
is
you know, when
thinking.
people say community, they don't mean, oh, we all have to be in each other's shops or whatever. It's like, community is a bigger thing than that. But community stopped as in, because life is hard, just in general, not just black people. We just look after our own. So your household is what you look after.
Yeah.
A lot of people just look after. So it's like, I might have to do this today and I don't feel good about it. But if I got to follow you around the shop to get paid my 14 or whatever it is,
that's
an hour,
his excitement for the day.
I got to do it.
But I feel like it is with that a lot
And
of
that's
people
what
don't
I'm
have a
saying,
duty to look after our own. I feel like that's what
because
our
he's not
thing is.
taking that situation. He should maybe say, look, just because he's black, it doesn't mean that he's the
Does
only
that go back
threat that I
around
have.
though to what he was saying, that every time he's walking and he sees another black
No, this is what I was
person-
going to say.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's all the
That's
same
what I was
thing.
going to say.
Tension.
Because,
It's all the same
on
thing.
the flip
It's
side,
all the same thing.
on the flip side, who am I hiding from?
Yeah.
You understand? on the flip side of
It's
it.
disappointing.
But
though,
you
because
said at the
You just don't
beginning,
wanna draw out.
you said someone like me, you're hiding from
wanna
yourself.
draw out.
No, but
Yeah.
no,
You're hiding from
no,
yourself.
we know.
But however,
I know that's a mad
however-
analogy, but you're hiding from yourself.
However, it's not our own faults. This is something that's been ingrained. Let's
Oh,
have
it's
that right. This
institutionalised
is
for
something.
so long, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
This is-
no.
this is
We could. That's a whole different topic.
Exactly.
We could go.
Yeah, this is
That's a whole new podcast.
Yeah, exactly. This is something that's been put into practice and it's thing, and now it's just it's the
it's a
result
crabs in
of
a
all of
bucket
that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But it's crabbing and bug. But it's hard work because when I see like other communities come together, I see the Jewish community.
But
see
they're not at the bottom.
Indians.
They're not at the
No,
bottom.
They're not on the
They're
front.
not at the
Okay,
bottom.
okay,
They're not at the bottom. They're not
okay.
at
The
the bottom.
Jew. Okay,
They ain't had the
But let me
400s
just-
of
alright,
oppression.
It's longer than 400.
But then you
And
see
longer
the
than 400.
then you see
Longer
the
than
Indian community, you see the Chinese
They're
community.
not at the bottom. Like,
All right, D, but listen, but this ain't their home, innit? They all come here, they make their
I hear what you're
community.
saying.
Their
It's not a
closer
home.
I
community
hear what
to
you're
them.
saying,
We
but
all
as
come
he
here.
said
no,
before,
no.
it's divide and conquer.
Yeah.
So when we was young, you being African, me being Jamaican, we was already against each other for what reason?
Yeah,
As in, not there like we're against each other, like I hated you. It's like, yeah, but I'm Jamaican, so we've been here longer, so
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're Nigerian, so da da da.
Yeah,
And
but-
you think Jamaicans, oh, they're not smart, they're just road. And
There you go.
you're taught different things. So
you
we've been,
go.
and that don't come from nowhere.
Yeah, there you go.
That comes from somewhere.
That's
so
a seed
like
they've
we're
already
behind.
sowed,
So
and
when
they're
you
just
say
letting us
Jewish
just
or you say
run
Indian
with
or
it.
whatever, they're all.
Bro, I
coming
hear
on
your
the
thing.
same
Nah,
level.
bro, they're not, bro. They're still infighting
No,
with the
'cause obviously,
Indians
yeah,
and
because
with the,
there's,
they're
like,
still
the different
infighting. So,
religions and there's,
yeah,
like, the
of
different
course.
castes,
Of
race
course,
wise.
but they just
but
stick
they
together
ain't
more as a
fighting. But let me tell you
community.
They don't all
Easy.
stick together. That's
But
my
let me tell
point.
you
You
something.
see it like that because you don't see it. You're not in it.
No, but
That's
I
how
don't-
you
listen,
see it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, listen, if you got a community, right? Say like the Indian community, they're still infighting with the Indians. Depends on religion. Depends what side you come from, though. But as a community base,
Also depends
right?
on the complexion of your skin.
Also,
another thing.
Also, but
that's a big issue for
but
them.
don't you
We don't see
think?
it 'cause we don't
but
live
don't
it.
you think they stick more together though?
Who?
Don't you
the
think-
Asian community,
like
you mean?
Asian community, Chinese, everyone sticks more together, but us.
But
Like-
I'll tell you why us.
And also, it's,
I'll tell you
but
why us.
we also allow things that we shouldn't. Like, if like my mum wants to go and buy like hair or something,
Yeah,
she thinks you go to a black shop, but it's an Indian man.
it's an Indian man owns it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But then let me tell you something for free.
So
Let me
it's
tell you
those
something
things
for
that we
free. I
don't
like
even
that
own
point.
for ourselves.
I like that point. Let me tell you something for free. So how many of us in here, when a girl or a guy or whoever says, "Oh, yo, I just started up my business. It's online, hair, this and that," how many of us promote their thing?
Me.
Do you get what
And
I'm
you know
saying?
what?
support.
And only
I'll
of
pay.
late, and
Yeah.
only of late,
No,
I've
no,
decided
yeah,
that I
I'm-
need to
but-
go
but
way
you're
more.
asking the wrong question.
Way,
I'm
way
like,
more. No,
I'm-
you've
Yeah, he
always
loves
been
that,
on
bro.
it.
He's always on
You've
it.
always been on
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you've been on it. And I
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
But let me tell you something
He's number
else.
one.
But let me
I
tell
like
you.
to
But
follow
let,
suit.
but let me tell you something else for free. You can hold this one for free now. 5% of, let's say 100% of the world, yeah, 5% of the world, yeah, are successful, are the rich. The 95% are the poverty, are the ones that are
Also, it's
below.
less than that,
Underneath
but
the
yeah.
It's probably even less.
Yeah,
like-
yeah,
1%
but yeah,
are
yeah,
rich.
yeah.
Yeah, 1% are rich. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. So
yeah,
you're even getting the
The
figures right.
4% are probably middle.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then you know what I'm saying? The 1% that's rich has got enough wealth for everyone around the world.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to
easily,
say?
easily.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like this. It's like, are you ready as, like, even when Stormzy at a time, he put up the billboards and said, "All my young kings, rise up." He paid for it. He paid the. Remember, Stormzy was doing all the campaign for the uni kids, paying the money and all these other things. And it's like, raw. That's a nigga that's changing the narrative. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He's
I
changing.
beg you don't use the word nigga.
Sorry.
please.
But they still said
What was
that
that?
but the problem
beg
is
you don't
they
use
said
the
he
word
was
nigga.
being
Oh, yeah, you
racist
don't like
because
that,
he's
yeah.
only doing it.
Of course they're
black
gonna say that. Of course they're gonna say that because the reality is we live in a white society world.
yeah,
You know what I'm
so
trying
what-
to
yeah,
say?
yeah,
Again, though, so when
yeah,
you
fuck.
say like if it's a Chinese millionaire or an Indian millionaire, no one don't say that. And when it comes to like black people, it's like being together is not enough. So you're gonna call Stormzy racist because he's looking after 5 black people and
Yeah.
keep paying for them, to
Giving
go
them
to uni.
opportunity.
Why is that a headline? Why is it not just like?
But it would have
okay, this
been-
guy wants to do
Because it's got impact.
But it would have better been a better
That's why.
headline if.
and it's coming to education.
But it would have been
It's
a
got impact.
there
It's
you go,
us bettering
education.
ourselves.
Bettering ourselves. They don't like that. They don't want that. Brother, when I tell you this for free, when I came out, and I don't know for Izzy, but I'm sure Izzy will agree. When we come out, they're giving you £40 travel to get to wherever the hell you're going. I think I even got 7-0, I'll be real with you. I went to Diesel after, I bought a couple of t-shirts. I was like, yo, it's rolling, the money rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you got Gucci on that, though, innit?
He must have invested that money,
I don't know what.
That's 70
Man, flip the 40 down.
I went to good use.
I flipped it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That 70
No
pounds.
joke, bro. Are you entitled that money?
It's working.
They're packages.
Bro, I swear down, yeah, I didn't get no money.
I didn't want to pack it.
You didn't get no money. So they
Oh, you
give
get
you
no
money.
money?
So they give you a little 4 hours to travel, get to where you're going to, and eat a little food en route. Yeah, brother, it's the worst feeling in the world because you're rolling with a bag. If your people and your families come to do champagne campaign outside the gate, you're lucky.
You're
if
lucky,
they ain't,
yeah.
brother, you're jumping on
carrying that
train,
clear bag, yeah?
carrying that clear bag with HMP and all these other things, yeah. And you don't even, if you don't have a plan, brother, I'll tell you this for free. I left with a notepad, yeah. So everything I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. But some man, they did not leave with a notepad, bro. Yeah. They left with their toothbrush, their boxers, and the next thing they're gonna be able to use the next day. Other than that, they don't have a plan after that.
They don't know where they're going.
Back in.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Time.
They're going back in.
No, but they make it hard for you, though,
That's
bro.
what I'll say. Or the system is like,
the system's difficult,
crushed them.
bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Brother, the system has crushed them. I'll just keep it real for you. Let's not get it twisted. The system ain't there.
It's designed to crush you.
It's designed to crush you. It ain't there to help you. Do not be fooled. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Bro, it's long, bro. Even like with me, right? I had the support. I come out, tag. They want you to work.
Sorry to cut you quickly. Like, you say you had the support, but to finish playing football, and you've always been Izzy the footballer, you lose that identity. You rebuild yourself. You go to prison, as you said. You lose your identity again. Not many people can come back. And both your stories are so like inspirational to me, who's never been to prison, nothing like that. But I know how I felt like just coming out of football and how that mashed me up. So like to hear your story today, like you take away from who you are, and that's what you're not trying to do. Like to even doing this, even you two like making this happen, it's a next
All
thing.
of us.
You're not just happy. No, but you brought me into this. You're not just happy. You're not just happy to like be like, okay, I've got myself out of this space. You're still trying to give back to the next. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what, 4D? You're never forever out of that space. Because in your mindset, like, one wrong move and you're back in.
God forbid, touch wood.
You're never out. Yeah, God forbid.
forbid.
Never out of that space. Because I was going to ask us, like, because when I came out, right, like, there was a lot of mental health issues. Because when I came out, you know what I mean, I will come out my apartment, and when I see police here, I just froze. It was mad, bro. It was like
trauma.
It was trauma. It wasn't fear though. It was like just trauma. I just froze. I was like, are they gonna put me back into that hellhole? Like it was a hellhole.
You don't even want to get into a conversation with them. You don't even want them to look at you.
Bro, I've never ever spoken to them.
You get your
Bro.
bedrooms that want to act up and all these things.
Nah, bro, I've
I've
never.
got one bedroom.
You need to start hanging around with the wrong people.
I've got a bedroom that is so flash.
Yeah.
He is
Just
so
draws attention that you don't
Yeah,
like.
he's just ghetto. He's just,
You know them.
don't
Like,
care.
I wouldn't even say he's ghetto. He's just always amped up.
No, but that's ghetto. I don't care if you're amped up, bro. You got to be amped up in the
Flamboyantness
right
of,
time.
for no reason.
It's when you're doing it at the wrong time. That's ghetto.
Yeah,
It's not where you're
but
from.
do you know what it is?
It's how
I
you
need to know,
behave. It's how you
but
carry
I blame
yourself.
myself because you know what it means. I believe that you're supposed to know the time and the place
Not
for what it is.
everyone
You know, like
Exactly.
Not everyone knows.
But I feel like as adults we should all know the right time
You
and the
feel
right
like
place
you rub
for
off on
everything.
people. Sometimes you don't.
Nah, you do, man. You rub up from people, but it's just the timing. Sometimes the timings don't match it. But before we even finish, I want you to get into your
talk about this.
Get into your positive and your
talk about what you're doing now.
So like as you said, it's a good thing. So like as you said, mental health. So I came out, I did 8 months wrongful recall. I came out. And me, I've always done gym since the age of like 13, since everything I've gone through in my life. Fitness has always been my getaway. Fitness has always been my sanctuary. It's like my church. You know, if I'm lifting crazy mad weights, I'm lifting crazy mad weights. If I'm running around like
we can see that. We see that.
you know what I'm trying to say?
we see that still.
So you saw the top off. You know what I'm saying? So you saw it. So all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like raw. It's like now I'm grinding from I'm back to basics. I'm back to the start. And sometimes you got to hone in on your strengths. What are your strengths? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So for me, fitness is one of my strengths. It's something that I've done all my life. It's something that pushes me. It's something that I feel like I'm giving back. Do you know what I'm saying? It's an environment where I can be creative. I can do me. I can inspire other people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I feel like when you talk about giving back and all these other things, it doesn't mean financially. It just means about how you carry yourself, your time, how you give, how you look at people, how you love. You know, how the examples you set for your nieces and your nephews.
The massive thing you just said there is time.
Time.
Giving up your time. That's
your
massive.
time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And time is very, 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 very important. It's something that I hold dear. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I can say, all right, in my gym session, I'm going to get a snippet of 30 seconds or an hour and put it out there and inspire other people to train or to work out and you work on your well-being. Hence why I call myself the best looking, because it's like, listen, brother, I didn't come here to play. I ain't got time for it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Best looking mind, best looking body, best looking everything. And I'm giving you the tools to be the best version of yourself. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because what are we out here doing if we can't encourage each other to be the best version of each other?
If you
Do
don't
you get what I'm
love
trying
yourself,
to say?
no one can't love you.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I feel like we're so much on American culture. Because that's what they do. They're on this elevating each other thing.
You know what they're on? They're on this, you can do whatever you want to do. I see, even when I see 50 Cent, I feel 50 Cent's gone from doing a hood rap thing, getting shot up. Obviously, he got shot up on there to doing shows and doing
Have you read the book?
movies.
Have you read the
No,
book?
but what
The book is mad. Like, he came back on that book. Forget 50th Law. When he done Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, brother, that book there, it's
Change
like
your life.
game changer. Changes your life, bro. It's just like raw. Like, you really take it in. And I read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, I'm on how to think.
Those are the books that you're not
There
even
you
allowed
go.
in prison.
What's that?
Those are the books that you're not even allowed in prison.
And those are the books. Thank you,
Never
Izzy.
catch
That's
them
a
there.
great point.
It will
That is
elevate
a
you.
great
It'll elevate
point.
you.
You'll
They're
never
not
catch
on
them
these
there.
books. They put them on the ban list. It's just telling you the truth, bro. We'll pull up documents. They're telling you could go on Google now. They ban them in prisons, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because they're trying to say, oh,
No, because what it will do, you rise up.
Yeah.
they don't want that. Do you get what I'm trying
rise
to say?
up.
Again, though,
Self-development books. Let's let note that. That's self-development books. So that's how I got back. So when I came home, I've gotten into my fitness. There's a few other of my brothers that do this fitness thing as well. So
Big them up, man.
no, fully. I'm gonna big them up. So
Big them
pull
up.
up my phone. So I got my boy 50, VINNYK 50 personal trainer, does his thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
50.
Done time behind the door. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Got my next guy Reaper, REAPER _ bodybuilding. Yeah. That's my guy Reaps. Like, does his thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? My next guy, we just done a collabo the other day, King Hercules. I don't know his backstory so much so, but I know he's a real one. So we're pushing that thing on this collabo thing, on this elevating thing, on this fitness thing. And we're getting the views, we're getting the numbers. So we're coming for everything. It's not even a joke. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
How do we find you as well, though? Don't forget your one.
Yeah. Me at BEST underscore looking underscore PT.
The guy with the top off.
With the top off. I got my next little jigger, SQ WILAN Global. Do you know what I'm saying? SQ William Global. My man, he's always talking to one woman called Deirdre in the gym. Always like, oh, how you, Deirdre? You all right, Deirdre? How's your gay son? You all right? All
How
of
did
that.
Deirdre respond? How did Deirdre respond?
And Deirdre's going, oh, I used to do burpees back in the day. You're not putting me on camera, are you? You're not putting me on camera. And he's going, no,
we get Deirdre on.
We'll get Deirdre on.
Don't forget
We should get all of these man
So
on.
we should
Don't
get all
forget
of
to
them
big
on,
up
and
Nikki
then
Portway,
all
though.
of them
Don't
one
forget
time.
to-
Exactly.
Don't forget to big up Nikki,
And
though.
this is how we change the narrative, because we're coming together
let's
now,
start,
man.
let's start,
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
We're making that
Connecting.
community.
Connecting,
Let me
networking.
Let me
Exactly.
ask you before we
facts.
finish,
Yeah.
though, like, you know, what advice would you give to the 12 to 15-year-old Shola, and, like, you know, for
100%, that's
all
a
the
question
kids
I'd say as well.
coming up now with that mentality that maybe you had as a youngster when you said, you know, your dad was there at a time, then you didn't have any father figure to kind of draw you back when you was maybe going, you know, to the wrong side of the tracks, and that, what advice would you give to these kids? Because there's a lot of kids out there without a father figure. You know, big up to these single mums who are trying to raise these young men.
And there's a lot of smart
You
kids
know what I
out
mean?
there.
There's a
Smart
lot of
kids.
smart kids, but
They're
it's
smart
a-
kids. They're not challenged.
You know what it is?
Hundreds,
I'll
hundreds.
even answer that before he even answers that. Do you know what it is? It's to find a hobby. It's to find a
Is it just a hobby?
Find
Though, is it
something
only a
you love.
hobby? Because
No,
there's
no,
a
no,
lot
no,
of
let
people
me-
trying to pull you in, though, bro.
No, you're always gonna get pulled in.
Yeah.
But it's to find something that you love
passionate
doing.
about.
Something that draws you.
Something that draws you.
Okay.
Even little
Like,
things.
you got
I
the
met one.
fitness thing now,
I met one.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is when you're. Because like you say, you've been in Joe's, been some people we've been in and whatever. You go in there and people have got the maddest talents. You go in there, you find the guy the best drawer you ever heard.
Yeah.
You find the best rapper you've ever
Smartest
heard.
guy,
You find the
like-
smartest, the best, the most
accountant,
the best
so
accountant,
you have to
you
be
find the most
mechanics.
intelligent. Because most men in there are not road man in there. When
Yeah,
you're in jail,
yeah,
most men
yeah.
are not road man in there.
Yeah.
Most men are in
There's a
there
lot of
for
businessmen in there, bro.
Bro, you go in there and you go find a man for financial fraud that
Yeah.
he did some hacking inside. He hacked the Barclays bank thing.
Yeah, he done
People like,
his
right,
thing,
so
he
what
done
you done?
his
He goes,
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
because I did some computer thing. And
Yeah.
but you find man, but you have to find.
It's a gold mine.
I
It's a
didn't
gold mine
even
for
mean to.
speciality, for talent,
Oh
for
man, you
skill
gotta
sets.
you gotta find what it is that you love
What's
to
your
do
belonging? Yeah.
before you find something that you feel like everyone's doing. You gotta find what it is that you love to do, and if you find something that it is that you love to do, you will do that before anything else.
Yeah.
You might go fishing, but a lot of men don't like to fish.
Yeah.
You
They
might
haven't
like-
tried it.
So you
A
want to
lot
be
of
the
men- a lot of
best
men
fisher?
don't do things. They don't experience those.
Yeah,
things
but we've
before
not.
it's too.
Come on, man.
No, but
What
this is-
opportunity are we gonna get to fish from that?
No, but you can get opportunity to fish.
No, but you can.
Okay.
But what opportunity? Growing up, bro, you
But
think
it's the
you
same
think I
thing,
could ever
no,
think of
bro.
going fishing?
No, but what I'm saying is, if you love to fish,
Yeah.
How do you
But
know?
how do you know you love to fish, bro?
That's what
No,
we,
give me a chance, give me
we
an
always go back
opportunity.
to the same thing. It's
Yeah.
music, football,
It's getting
maybe
that chance.
boxing. Do you know what I mean?
Take me fishing
It's
one
difficult.
time, and I might love it.
All right. Well, all I'm gonna say in answer
Yeah.
to Izzy's question,
yeah, please.
not that you're right or wrong. You're right in what you're saying for sure. I agree with you, bro. In answers to Izzy's question, now on the screen I got best looking PT, but couple of days of the week I give up my time. I go into schools. Now, right now I got a foundation called I Am Tenet, which means belief, which means philosophy, principle. What's your belief system? So that's what I've called it. That's what the young boys in the schools that I'm working with are wearing, and that's what they're channeling. You know, what is it that you are? What is it that you believe? You know what I'm trying to say? So when we're sitting here, we're talking about, okay, what would I tell my young self, or how would I address these young youths of today, or how do we change the narrative? It's by examples. I've already set that out, so there's no point sitting here talking. But I'm really out here setting up foundations. I'm really out here networking. I'm really out here giving my time several hours of the week for these boys. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because we was once there. Some of them ain't got no father figure. They are the fathers in their household. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now it's about, brother, when I come into the school, I'm not coming to talk at you. I ain't even a teacher. I don't even like authority. I don't even like the police. I'll keep it real. Do you get what I'm trying to say? However, I know what it takes as a black man. I know what it takes as a king. I know what it takes as a man to say, you know what, brother, I've got time to sit down with you, and you know what? Let's just reason. Let's just be real with each other. Open up to me. Don't feel no way about what he says or how he looks or whatever. Just be open. And this is why there is a high rate of suicidal thoughts, of suicide amongst men. Forget your skin color, just amongst men in general. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when I do push out hashtags and I do push out my fitness, I'm always about mental health matters, because brother, you've gone through traumatic situation, and like Izzy said, his thing was traumatic. My thing was
we're 0.1% of the world, bro.
Yeah, everyone has a traumatic situation, but because we're men and because we
Bottle it.
we bottle it and we dive into this whole, yo, what are you talking about? But my man can't, like, and all that. Like, we do this ego thing, and who's got the biggest ego in the room? But when man really swipes it all back, brother, how many times have you shed tears on your own? Forget the environment you're in. How many tears have you shed on your own and said, bro, what am I going to do next? Where's my next move come on? Because you got to remember, when God put man on this earth, he put us on this earth as conquerors. We was hunters. You leave the cave and you go and hunt, and you bring back the food to your family. You get what I'm trying to say? So now as a man, if you're sitting there after they've given you freedom, or even if the situation you're in, forget about prison. Because we could all sit here in relation onto a situation that we've all been through individually, yeah? Forget about the environment you've been in, but we can all relate because we've all felt pain. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now as a man, after you felt pain, how do you build yourself back up? How do you get up? How do you say, right, you know what, brother? That weren't me, you know. And I see everyone that was my so-called friend laughing at me, but brother, I got a point to prove. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I see the
same
little
way you
youths
did,
coming after
same
me.
way you did before.
The same way I did before. And I see the little youths coming after me. So I got a bigger point to prove. And I see the girl them watching. So I got to prove a point, because I know my ex.
Yeah,
Do you get
fuck.
what I'm trying to say? So I know
She got a new ring doorbell.
No, that man said, I see her free.
I see I'm on people's mouths. So what do you do with that power now? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because all of that is power. So what do you do with that now? Do you abuse it? Do you misconstrue it? Or do you say, right, you know what? Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity right here, and I'm gonna run with it. And every time I run with it, I make sure I'm gonna change somebody's life. Because every time I post a video in terms of fitness, or every time I even take out my mum and I post that, or take out my family, or spend things that you should be doing as a man. And it doesn't go by a book. It goes by the big man's laws. Even if you say you don't believe in God, it goes by the universe's laws, bro. You hold a heart, so you give out that love. You radiate what you want to come back. So that's how you change the narrative. You change it in your behavior. You change it in your attitude. You change it when you meet people. So that a man can say, right, you know, see, Max.
Yeah, my man left with good energy.
You know what I'm trying to say? And the energy's left.
And I want people to know as well that we are already in the worst situation we can be in. That's what I want. I want, you know, like what the situation that we're all in is already the worst. Growing up in where we grew up in and going through what we've gone through is already the worst situation we can be in.
Yeah, we've already gone through it.
We're already at the bottom.
Yeah, we're already at the bottom. So all it is up. Or the only way is up.
Do you
And
understand?
that's what it's about. And that's what it's about. So, brother, if you ain't phoned one of your brethren or someone in time, or your mum or whatever, brother, pick up the phone and call them, bro.
So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this direct question. You're gonna speak to your dad soon, then?
So that's a good question, brother. Listen. Sometimes I look at my pots. Sometimes I even go look for him. Like, my mum will be like, oh, I saw him on Facebook.
I'm asking these questions because I'm in the same spot.
Yeah.
Might as well just ask these questions randomly, you know, like that.
But brother, I'll be real with you. The fact that we're sitting here and you could ask me that question and you're in a position to ask me that question, you've already shown your dad that he's not ready, bro. I'll keep it real with you. Me doing what I'm doing here and what we're all rising up to do, we've already shown our fathers, brother, I can do it better. I'll keep it real with you. However, because of the man I am today, like Nelson Mandela said, don't be like them, be better than them. So I don't mind talking to you. I don't mind spending that time with you and saying, Dad, you know what? I don't want to hear the excuses you got when you left out, or you walked out on me, or walked out on my mum, or whatever. Or the times I needed to play football.
Let me teach you something.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now you're in a better position to say, right, Dad, you know what? Oh, that man. You get what I'm saying? Well, good. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's not even another financial thing, just on a that you've made it within yourself. You're grown. Like, there's nothing no one can take from you. You're in control. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I feel like as a youth man, when you go through them traumatic situations, it feels so much more heavy because you have no power. Does that make sense? You can't get up and say, Dad, where you going? You can't grow 6 foot and tell him you're not leaving. What you on, brother? And fight him. Do you know what I'm saying? You just sit there and you watch your mum and you're just thinking, raw, what for my man? And you're seeing him with next girl, you're seeing him with kids, and you're thinking, raw. And then all the while when you're going through that, what's the one thing mummy says? Don't end up like your dad, you know.
See, that's
to
me,
do you see where I'm going with it?
To me, that's obviously bad. But what you're saying is,
I can't even.
What you're saying, like,
it's not even about me.
You know what I mean?
My
pops has always been there.
Yeah.
But what you just said there is like, my dad always told me from young, be better than him.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of what he teaches me, learn from his mistakes. And be better, and then I can teach someone else to be better.
And that's
because
he loves you,
and
bro.
that's how we're gonna grow.
And that's because he loves you, bro.
He was doing what he was supposed to do.
100%.
And as a man,
and like I said,
I
I
would
never
never
ever.
He was doing what he was supposed to do.
But let me tell you something for free. Whether it's your father, your mother, your friend, or whoever.
It don't matter who tells you.
It don't matter who tells you. If that person tells you, it's because they love you. Yeah. And out here,
my brother told me the same.
And you get what I'm trying to say. And out here, brother, not everyone loves you, bro. You think the streets love you?
Jesus.
They don't love you, bro.
Of course not.
What they love you for? What you think they want to see?
They don't owe you nothing.
They don't owe you nothing. They see you shining. They're more in fear that you're leaving them.
And that's what I was gonna ask you as well, like, because come on, man, I see you shining, bro. Come on, and I'm happy, bro, because I said, like you said, I come to see you, and I saw you at your darkest times. We was in there together in the hell. You get me? So, but seeing you come out, you know, big up to Froggy still. You know what I mean? Love to Froggy. Yeah, and like, you know, I see you doing your thing. You come out now, you know, positive vibes, and I just wanna, before we finish, like, where's, and I know there must be some hate out there, you know, even with people that you knew from before. No, not even people you knew from before.
But he's telling the truth, bro. I've got the scars for it, but I don't want to say too much.
Yeah?
Get me? No face, no case. Yeah,
right,
go
cool.
on, bro.
So that, so people might watch you like enjoying with different people, people you've like now have a new relationship with, and they're not kind of feeling it. Yeah. So what kind of jealousy have you felt like since coming?
I'm glad you asked that, because it's why I keep feeding them on the socials. I just feed them that lifestyle, because at the end of the day, when I'm doing 23.5 hours bang up, when I'm going 4 days in the middle of coronavirus, no shower, I can't even wash my body. This is what I'm going through. So when these girls are seeing man shining, it's not by my own powers, it's by God's grace that I can come out and have the sanity to even say, you know what, I could put 2 and 2 together and get 4 out of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I'm just talking about life. I'm not talking about anything outside of that. I'm just talking about how you can just add up life and how you can analyze people, how you can analyze the direction you want to take your life in. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because when you're doing one, you're moving with a certain energy, bro. Hate doesn't just mean the people that's out to talk about, oh, nah, my man's this or my man didn't. No, hate also comes amongst your closest people. The ones that feel...
It is them. More time it is those closest ones.
And more time it is them
know where you
closest
come
people.
from.
Those ones that know your story, they should know better than anyone. But yet they all got their wants and their needs. So for me, dealing with the reception that I've dealt with or seeing how people perceive me or whatever, I just keep feeling them. I just know that, I'm in a good place and God's throwing opportunities on my lap. God's blessing me in ways that I never imagined, I never comprehended. This time last year, bro, I was sitting in a prison cell for something I never done. They had me on wrongful recall, told me I was in my area for 8 hours. Even off the back of that, how that whole situation got messy. The girl I was with at the time, I'm not even with her again. But how everything was just messy and how everything just seems like raw. It gets to a point where you start thinking you're crazy because you're repeating the story over and over again and you're feeling like no one believes you. So now you're thinking, I'm a crazy man, you know. And then you get home and then you start picking yourself up and then you start moving with momentum. Now you're moving with momentum. And like you said, shout out my boy Frogs, you know, you got people around you that starts bringing things together. You now start understanding each other. So you start bouncing each other off each other. You now bring opportunities to each other. Money attracts money. So this is what it is. Now like my mum always said, you run with losers, you become a loser. You run with winners, you surround yourself. It's who you surround yourself with. Birds of a feather flock together. Hold that one again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So all of these things, for me, I'll be real with you. Sometimes I meet certain girl, bro, and I've been on the girl all from how long? She don't want to give man no airplay, no entertainment. Soon as I start feeding her the lifestyle on snaps, yo, she's free now. Oh, you want to do something? Oh, I see you.
See the eyes and I see the emojis.
Yeah, I see. And that's another thing. You got to be woke to what's going on around you. It's easy to have done 10, 15 years behind the door and still be shut off. There's so much people that are shut off from what's really going on out here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
even the free ones that haven't been in.
That's the worst. Yeah,
we're already imprisoned in our mind anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you see what Izzy's picking up on when he says that, bro? Because it's true. There's certain people that still look at my socials now and think, I've been out here all my life and I still ain't done half of what this guy's done. And even the I am tonight, what I'm doing for the kids, I've not even put that out there. As you can tell you, that's not on my socials. I've not put that out there. That's something I personally do every week that I spend with these boys. I'm currently writing a module right now. I'm trying to get the course accredited. Like, I'm even trying to hold like Marcus Rashford, like, yo, big man, I know you're doing your thing. See that charity money they're throwing at you? Throw it over here. Because I got these little kids that now they're stepping in the gym. They're forming an identity for themselves, not one that's been placed on them. So when they're in school getting told off or they're misbehaving or they're catching attitude problems or they're just not listening, brother, I'm not here to now talk at you and do what the rest of them doing. I want to be with you. I want to walk your journey.
It's not about me.
It's not about me. It's about you. And I want to understand you and I want to see how you can assert yourself, how you can be a man out of peer pressure, how you can step out and say, right, you know what, I got one little bicep. I'm on my thing. I feel good. I'm trying to say, I feel good.
And if I can apply myself to that, what else can I apply?
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And that's what I'm delivering. And that's what's driving me. For me, it's not even about this and that. And it's nothing to do with that because without that, because even in that, Izzy, the couple people that I've brought in on this thing, I've even, without saying not too much, I've seen, do you think that money that I'm making with the school is what's putting a rollie on my wrist?
It's funny when
is that what you think?
Yeah, it's
Is
funny
that what's
when
putting
people see certain things and
is that what's
they
putting
jump on things for the wrong
exactly?
reasons.
Is that what's putting design on my foot? But you know what? That's not my issue. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Change who you are for that.
I'm not gonna. Exactly. I'm not gonna do the maths for you. You do the maths if you got time to do the maths, yeah. But I know, say I'm giving back, and I know, say I'm walking God's journey. Everything I'm doing is the big man. So I stay prayed up. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when I'm dealing with that hate, in answer to your question, brother, I stay prayed up. I stay thankful.
I think that's the main thing.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I think that's the main thing.
Even Lil Dirt, street prayer. Like, you gotta stay prayed up, my guy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
See you roadmen, yeah.
It's not even.
You see you roadman and you're
having a
God.
belief in something. It's having a belief in something.
You roadman and you're God, yeah.
because I told you, because I told you this. No, let me answer.
I said you're good.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Let me tell you something for free. Let me tell you something for free. 1 sec, yeah. Because let me tell you something for free. Because every roadman has got a mother that is staying up at night and praying for his ass. 100%. Praying that he comes back home. 100%. Praying that he don't get calassed. You get what I'm trying to say? There you go. So when you say, us roadmen and our God, brother, it's because
Because you need it, bro. Because you need it, bro.
That's it, because you need it. But to be fair to you, my mum is my God. Yeah. My mum and God is my God.
See, alright, cool. That I hear.
But my mum, I'm like, I've not stopped reading my Bible.
But I know where he's saying
15 years old.
Bible, what Bible?
I read the Bible every single night,
That's a
bro.
whole new podcast.
What
Don't start.
What Bible? The Ethiopian Bible.
No, I read Psalms 150, bro.
Right,
if I didn't have these
Psalms
tattoos on my arm,
121.
I'd have
Where does my help come from? My help comes
This is
from
what
the
I'm
help of
saying.
the heaven of
Pray Lord with the timbrels and
Yeah, I'm trying to
dance.
say.
Don't get me
So
mad.
many
I'll start reciting.
Okay, my Lord is my shepherd. I should not want. He letted me beside the still water resource my soul. No evil. Listen, all that is log for me.
Easy. Let's not go back to the beginning, man. Let's
He's one guy. Sometimes I think about him and I think, brother, this guy's the most loving, most
humble
man, humble, good people, good friends.
Yeah.
How this guy not?
But you know what it is?
God in his life?
Do you know what it is?
No, but he's got God in his
It's
life.
about belief.
There.
It's
But
about
he's
belief.
running.
It's about belief, but is he believing
He's
people?
got God in his life.
Yeah, you know, he
And
just
it's for
said
us.
it.
It's for, and God is making
See, they don't want to hear it. They don't wanna-
You know what? You see, you godly people, yeah. Fordy just said it. I believe in people, and I believe in the godly of people. I don't believe about the.
And you know by who he's
the-
surrounded
matching the
himself.
curtain as
I
well,
don't
by the
believe.
way.
I don't believe about the great.
matching the curtain as
grey
well, by the way.
beard guy in the sky. You know what I mean? I believe in people. I believe in the goodness of people. So like, who I surround myself around, the kind of people I believe are godly. You know what I mean? Because I know my heart is pure in it. So if I do something, it's purity. I'm not expecting anything from you. If I do something for you, I don't expect anything back in it. So I do it just because I do it. So the people I surround myself with, they're the godly people around me. So that's I don't
And
know.
it's
Listen,
similar to
I'm not.
You got a good circle.
I'm not having to go at you for believing
No,
in
no,
God.
no,
Everyone
not at all. I'm not
believes.
even offended,
You know what I
not
mean?
at
It's
all.
okay to have
Yeah,
your
that's
own
it.
belief.
But in all of that, we also, because I can sit and be like, oh, shout out to my haters and all that, shout out to my ex, all of that.
Yeah, still did it though.
You know that I could be here and say all that.
Like I'm winning right now. I'm winning all the way.
We love that you're winning. We
And
love
you're gonna
that
carry
you're
on with
winning.
it.
And I'm gonna carry on with it, man.
Your story needs to be told, man.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, bro. We want to, you know.
And I've been through the treachery, bro.
Trust me,
I've
I
seen
know
my
that,
own
bro. Trust
friends,
me.
bro. Like man that I've raised, like see my own friends turn against me, bro. From
Literally,
from prison cell to out here, I've seen man turn against me, bro. Like I think for me, I remember one thing I always used to say to like a couple of girls that I was in jail, like that held me down when I was going through what I was going through. And for me, it was more so I don't care who you're fucking or what you're going through, like in terms of that. Yeah. But when it comes to now, you turning around and saying, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're not standing by me.
You're not standing by me. You've lost
belief.
doubt.
Not realising.
You've lost
No
faith.
belief.
You're not realising my potential.
Yeah.
You
All
got
of
no
that.
interest.
Yeah.
You don't think I'm
All
gonna
of
come
that.
out and do some revolving door thing. I'm like some next. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like I've had girls tell me, what type of life are you gonna live on IPP? What type of life are you gonna live? Whatever.
I'm going home. What are you talking about?
There you go.
I'm
But
coming home.
Thank you.
But you know what though? From
I'm
this,
coming
from
home.
the, but people's beliefs though, you got. I like to look at things in both sides, innit? And looking at it from another, maybe from a woman's point of view, she's looking at it like, IPP, is he ever gonna come out? Because you don't even have a
It's
date.
difficult
You
on
don't even
family
have,
and
it's
relationships.
difficult.
It's
Probably,
so difficult.
Probably it's even difficult when you have a date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
for
for people,
sure.
I've seen people Marsh screaming on the phone. You slag with this. You slept with my mate. Going mad on the phone, bro.
Someone that believes in you will believe in you all the way, man.
Yeah,
And you see the moment that stops. That for me is enough. I don't need.
That's
Listen, all
that's the biggest thing for me.
all 100 men could have piped your thing, but the moment you turn around to me and say, "Listen, I've stopped believing, and I can't do this no more, and then I can't believe in us, or I can't believe in you. I don't believe this is what's gonna."
Not on the 100-man pipe in my team, though.
No. I get. I was about to say easy.
I get the analogy, but I was like, wow. Yeah, no, 100. You know, I started doing the maths. I'm at 5, and I was like, I'm out.
No,
You know what? I interjected at the wrong point.
no, because my thing. Alright, cool. Because my thing. Yeah, my thing is belief in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's my betrothed. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like knowing what that is, knowing what that looks like, and being able to just bounce back from that. Because, brother, that's just the start of it, and that's when you're in there. So imagine when you come out now. Now you're out. Now you got
to realize your potential.
Thank you. You got to put it to it.
Follow
through. Now you got to follow through your wording,
process, wording, this and that, actions, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's all of these things. I'm a man, raw. Before I spend money, I'm already thinking, where's that money coming from that I'm spending on here? Because I'm not out here trying to stunt. I want everything for real.
Yeah, 100.
You know what I'm trying to say? And it's because in the past when I've been a kid and I've been on the stunting thing, or for whatever reason I've been on getting what I'm getting. Fast cash and all this type of stuff. Nothing is for real. Nothing is concrete. Nothing is foundation. Now I'm sitting here like,
you're building now.
I'm building. I'm ready to
you're building now. You're ready to conquer the world, fam.
There you go. So now that's a different level of energy.
100%. And if we had that energy when you were younger. 12, 100%. But no one's teaching us.
Exactly. You're not learning.
You understand? Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
But it's not learned behaviour though, because for the other society, it's learned behaviour because they see their father going to work and their father's teaching them from young. You get me? So he said that. He said it's learned behaviour though. You got, if you learn that from young, building. Come on, man. Imagine where we would be.
So this is
what. And you know what we do? Then we start now.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine where we're gonna be. Stop. Imagine where we could be. Imagine where we're gonna be.
And this is what I'm installing in the kids after me. You know what I'm trying to say? This is why I'm just honing in on my craft with these kids and putting them in the gym and saying, listen, here what? I know you're doing all this type of crazy. I've had the conversations with the mums. I'm tired. There's nothing I can say to him. The dads ain't around. They're tired. Mummy's doing mad hours. You got bare siblings.
Relating to something.
Man. And then I'll just give them a one little talk or one little thing and say, right, you know what? Here what? Yeah. If you want to do this waste man thing and spend time in detention and all this 20 minutes, half an hour here, all accumulate. You're just on a waste man thing.
Time's so important. Time is so precious, and that's what these are.
And these are the tools I'm not even teaching them. I'm giving them the tools to recognize it for themselves. Once they recognize it for themselves, this is what's happening. There's changes. The mums are talking about, bro. The teachers are saying, bro, there's a change in my man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because they know. And
because it's coming from a real person.
There you go.
That's the key. That's I think that's the key to it.
And you know another thing though, because there's other real jiggers that do real things. However, it's the agenda that they have behind it.
As I was gonna say,
so they don't make as much of an impact.
I watch a lot of podcasts. Not even that I want to say something. I watch a lot of podcasts and they glorify, not even in their wording, but in their tone of the conversation. I'm trying to say, like, even coming from where we come from, even I'll speak to you because as the guest, but. When you're talking, I can hear that it's not so much glorification, but it's more about understanding and learning and trying to change. And a lot of people, when I hear a lot of people talking on podcasts, exactly, and they're talking about it like it's not to say that it's cool, but to say like I'm this and some people are that. And to me, I feel like if you're really what you know you are,
one love.
You know what I'm saying? If you really are what you know, then be what you know, innit? But we have to paint a narrative and change the narrative and change the picture for people, innit?
And when you say that word painting, it comes natural, it's organic. It's not a case of, what do you want me to paint today? And I'm just painting something you asked me to paint.
No artist will do that.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
When you say about
artists just express what's raw, and that's what we're doing, and that's why we're here. That's why I stepped on this podcast because Izzy's been trying to get me for ages.
You'll need to come back, man, because I
You know
know
what
you
I'm
got a
saying?
lot.
Yeah,
more
but
to
this
say.
this was an easy convo. I feel like this was
easy.
no pun intended. No pun intended. But this was like
This is difficult.
yeah. But this was I feel like this conversation was an easy convo. You know, like some conversations are forced.
He must have known because obviously.
Yeah. No, I had to get him on it. I had to get him on it.
I do
Tell
want
the
to
story.
end though, like I say, with your definitely ending with saying shout out your personal training
best
fair, get like
looking PT,
packages and all stuff like that. You
Yeah.
said you had.
Yeah, so outside of what I'm doing with the kids, I got packages. I deal with clients. My thing is more than just about I'm a PT and I train you and you go home and you have a good sweat and you have a shower, you go sleep. No. My thing comes from up here. You got to address what's going on in the head before you address what's going on in your body. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Me, I've gone through levels of depressions. Them times that I was sitting in a hostel and you know, like you're holding on to things or to people that you think is for you because you're at the lowest point. Forget prison. Even when you're out, you're at the lowest point in your life. You've got no direction. You're holding on to these people. And one thing about people, some type of people, when they see you in a vulnerable situation, they're going to capitalize on it. It's just human nature. There's nothing against them. It's just that. You know what I'm trying to say? The same way a lion may see a damsel in distress, he's not going to walk past. He's going to yam it. He's going to jump on and do his thing and be a prey that he is. You know what I'm trying to say? And in this age and in this stage of life, right now, in the environment we're living in, the society we're living in, and like you picked up on time and you've been addressing it over and over again and we've been touching on it, time. There's people out here that will rob you of your time, man. There's people out here that will rob you of who you are as a person. They'll rob you for the things that they want. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They'll soak up on your energy. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, me, when I was going through a strong level of depression, a strong level of stress, we could sit here and go, I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what I was doing, and all these other things. Again, even when I was going through all of that, and I'm coming back to the hospital, my room is looking like a nuclear bomb hit it. Yo, gym is one place I could go.
Be yourself.
Be free.
And be free, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And open up, and for that hour or 2 hours, I'm doing me. I'm okay.
Nothing
You know what I'm
else
saying?
matters for that.
Nothing else matters, you know what I'm trying to say? Even some of these people, they'll even start coming gym with you. They'll start coming to your sanctuary. They'll start coming to your place where you're the most comfortable, where you the most feel stress-free. But all they're doing is catching more notes to see, okay, how weak is he getting? What does he feel like today? They're making notes on you. That's why you have to be careful. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
The instincts of certain people.
And the instincts of certain people, their agendas, all of these things going on. You get what I'm saying? So for me, like best looking PT, like now I'm doing collabs. Now I got something coming out in the pipeline on television. You get me? I ain't spoken on it too much. I've been leaking dribs and drabs. Izzy's seen me just doing my thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So like right now I can't strain it enough, brother. Like the big man has blessed me in ways I never thought I could be blessed, and on that alone, that's why I'm running with what I'm running with. Like even that times I've sat there and said, should I change that name? Phone my sister.
No.
Should I change that name?
It's a well-being.
Leave the name.
Yeah,
well-being.
it's a
It's more
well-being.
than
There
just-
you go.
No, leave
It's
the
a
name,
light-
man.
it's
No,
everything.
we've got past that name.
We ain't changing the visual.
We got past the top. We got past the top off. He's accepted it now.
We've had about that.
He's ready for a package. I got you, bro. I got you. You're stepping up this summer. You're stepping up.
You're gonna have to take 3 of us in a session. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah, no,
like that.
100,
Yeah,
We're gonna
what
do
don't
that.
we do? Just film it and just pull it out.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Nah,
We're gonna
you
make
see
it
me, I'm on
happen.
the gym. I've stopped
Yeah.
smoking.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, man, stop smoking. I've stopped drinking, but I'm on
Yeah.
the gin at the minute.
Still
Obviously,
drinking, yeah?
calories.
Just to
good one.
just to say that you blessed yourself.
Oh, he's coming from the God thing.
No,
I
no,
see.
no, but I think now.
no.
Listen. I
your
think
chat-
you.
your
Wait,
chats in the same
yes.
one,
No, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Hopefully, you're gonna come back again. I'm sure there's more stories to tell. Like we want to.
When he's ready,
You know,
when
I
he's
wanted to
ready, man.
ask like how many
When he's
scuffles you
ready.
got into in get into that kind of deep
Yeah,
Joe
we'll
Rogan
get on to that in
conversations.
chapter 2.
You know what I mean?
You see the
Chapter
scars,
2.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Those
it's
kind of,
the
you know,
scars,
but
man.
really appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you very much. You know, it was an interesting story. Hopefully people listen and kind of take on like what you were saying and take the advice, you know, because it's an important story for us.
No, for sure.
No, I respect coming
Bless
on,
up.
my brother, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Love my GGs. Man, coming creamed out as well. Matching the curtain thing.